Hello, everybody, and welcome back once again. Here we are with another edition of Inside the Headset. Week 1, Game 2. I'm with the head coach of the Riverdale Warriors, Coach Aydelott. Coach, last Thursday night, you played against a very experienced team, a very big squad, and just talk about the Oakland game just a little bit, and what happened?
Well, we didn't show up. We gave them a lot of opportunities, which we couldn't. We knew that if we'd have to play probably a nearly perfect game, and they would have to give us some opportunities, so it kind of worked out the other direction. So, we really didn't challenge them, and that's disappointing for us and for our fans and for our kids. I thought the second half we fought back a little bit, but, obviously they subbed heavy in the fourth quarter, which, we in turn did as well. But, hopefully we can learn from that experience. And the thing that I've been saying all along is we need to learn how to practice and prepare, and living on yesterday's teams is not going to work for a team year to year, and sometimes kids forget how our foundation was laid. So, and you got to be a little bit more hungry than what we were hungry, and, hopefully we learn from that. Now we can say, look, this is where we have to start applying ourselves a little bit more.
Well, Coach, I will say this. I've been trying to learn how to play the guitar for 3 years, and I'm not very good at it, but it's no matter sometimes even how hard I try, I still can't learn it any faster. Can you talk about that sometimes with some of the kids? Because I'm sure you've got a couple of those kids that might, be on the team, but they're giving it everything they got and they want to be a football player. But sometimes it just don't happen, Coach.
Well, for some it is more difficult than others, and there is a learning curve. You obviously have to build a foundation before you can raise the stories on the building. So we've got a lot of spots where we're digging the footers and putting the foundation in, and and you're right, it's not going to go a whole lot faster. We're going to have to build off a base and try to get repetition after repetition after repetition. And I think things will improve as we go, but obviously our patience level and the games are for real now on Friday nights, and they're counting. So patience and expectations are high, but the ability to get that done is not going to go a whole lot faster.
Well, and like you said, some of these kids are 15, 14, 16 years old, and you stick anybody out in front of the lights and you say, do it now, and you've only got so much time, and the adrenaline's rushing, the band's playing, and much less you got somebody trying to knock your head off. And if you've just not experienced that, it's going to be I think you'll be better this next Friday night as you take on Coach Floyd and Bradley Central Bears. Got to travel a little bit, go up above Chattanooga, but talk about that team and where you're headed on that one.
Well, they do a great job, and they've had some good football teams up there the past 3 or 4 years, but they're sort of kind of in the boat we are. I think offensively they're a much more experienced team than we are. They got a quarterback that transferred in that's really good and knows what to do, and they got some skilled kids. Defensively, I sort of kind of see the same thing that we're going through. They're young, they're inexperienced. I'm sure they're up there fighting their fannies off to try to get better as well. They got clipped by a team that's, a neighboring school, and they probably don't have a good taste in their mouth. And obviously, I believe with their offense and us having to travel, they probably feel like they've got a really good shot, But in order for us to get things right, we need to go up with a great attitude and play hard and eliminate a lot of mistakes. We got to eliminate turnovers and giving people easy points.
Well, you'll travel, of course, Friday night. How about your injury-wise? How are you?
We're none for the worse than we were. We lost Austin Bryant, a fullback linebacker, and that, knowledge-wise, that knocked us back a pace or two. But we didn't have him last week, so we haven't had him since the second half of the Jamboree. So we're just going to have to deal with it and move on. And other than that, we're decently healthy. We're about where we were last week.
Do you feel like if the team starts responding, and I think that's the biggest thing is you talked about it on other media outlets, 6-7 wins. This team's got the playoff potential, but I think deep down, if they stick with you and listen to the other coaches and the instruction, and none of the teams have any guaranteed to win the state tournament or anything like that. But like you said, man, if you can just get in it, man, a lot of things happen. Just get in the game.
And kids are like that. If things don't go well, they start questioning anything and everybody, and they hear that in the community and whatever. our staff has enough experience to know that we're doing the same things. You know, we're not seeing the same response from the kids as far as the effort right now. You know, we're trying to get them to that spot and trying to get them out of a comfort zone, because when you practice at a high level, it takes you out of a comfort zone. But on Friday night, it makes things easier.
Right.
And we're still not learning how to do that. You know, so. You know, nobody here is going to push a panic button and say we've got to blow everything up.
Right.
And, you know, we're simply trying to find the ones who will practice hard, which will in turn mean they play hard, and then things will happen. There's no automatics to football or life. You know, they're going to have to get out of a comfort zone in order to do something special with their life. You know, and the same thing happens in football. People don't just bow over because, as I said last week, you wear cardinal and gold and say, you know, we're supposed to lose to you. So, you know, people are finding out that we're not the same. It's their job to suck it up and become the same Riverdale or a Riverdale of old. But you know, that foundation was built on hard work, discipline, and doing things the right way.
Coach, anything else you'd like to add? I know that's a 6 o'clock kickoff on our time. It'll be 7 over on the
Actually, it's going to be a 7:30 their time and a 6:30 our time. They play. Their district plays 30 minutes later, so that's okay with us. You know, it'll be 6:30 our time, so give our fans a little bit more time. You know, our hope is we'll just go out and hopefully absorb some of the things that we're trying to work on this week and take them to the game. You know, we want to see some carryover from practice into the game with a little enthusiasm on Friday night.
Well, no matter what, Coach, I don't care what anybody says. All you guys got a tough job. I mean, today it's a tough job raising kids, but much less getting them all to do the same thing. And a lot of people don't know there's 130, 140 plays generally in each one of the high school games. Sometimes if other teams running a little faster, it'll get up there a little higher on the play count. But at the end of the day, it's just tough to get them to do that consistently, like you say.
It's a me world, and you know it's tough for kids to give any piece of themselves. So you know that's what's so great about football and what's the greatest game that's still played. You know, even with modifications, with concussions and whatever. But it teaches them, you know, physical and mental discipline, and you know, and it. You know, I think and I'm not taking a shot at media, but you know, as media, we try to, you know, individual awards. You know, and that's all hogwash. I mean, it's a team game, and if you don't play within the confines of the team and do your job and expect your teammates to do their job and rely on those guys and have faith in them, then you know you've missed the whole meaning of football.
Well, really, the real award is get to college and get your piece of paper.
That's right.
I mean, is that not the real award? I mean, all the hardware and trophies.
Well, it could be college, but it's, you know, it doesn't necessarily whatever your goal is, as long as you learn that it's not obtained easily. You know, people, you know, I think count on things just dropping out of the sky on them, you know, all too often. You know, things are achieved by hard work and discipline, and you know, and very few people are given things in life. You know, you've got to go out and earn your keep. So, you know, hopefully that's the things that football teaches them, you know.
Well, let's wrap it up. Y'all gather up and follow the Riverdale Warriors as they head over to Bradley Central, take on the Bears and Coach Floyd and that bunch. And that's a 6:30 kickoff here on Central Standard Time. Y'all join us.